Hello, I'm Cassie Gruber, and since a young age, I have had this natural sense to nurture others equally. And I've had this dream to make an app for emotional intelligence and authenticity available to anyone in the world. I believe from the moment we take our first breath that we start picking up on biases, developing judgments, resistance, and attachment to outcome, and we don't even realize it. Human beings are over 90% driven by our subconscious, which is a makeup of all of our habits over the years and the judgments and biases we picked up on. It is how we're wired. It's why we feel the way we feel. If we're someone who is fearful versus, fights or flights, runs away. From the moment we took our first breath, we start developing we start wiring ourselves. And what I'm seeing now in the leadership development programs is such a linear approach to transformation. It is read this, understand this, but it isn't how to apply it and put it into true practice. Because we are a makeup of so much of our subconscious, we're sort of on this autopilot. We can't just keep stacking information on top without understanding how to transform it from the inside. I believe that about after age 5, the education system and society started stripping us of our emotions. We began to primarily learn from the intellectual intelligence. I believe that the education system lacks true emotional intelligence foundation and structure. Most people want to develop the self, but they feel that they lack enough time. And they certainly don't have hundreds of dollars an hour to hire proper coaches, and they lack the tools or accessibility to the right tools to put it into practice to transform the self. And the solution is through daily micro reflections, following this 8-habit framework and journal methodology, present moment agency, being present, being in the now. Increasing our level of consciousness is the number one, first and foremost habit for transformation. Through my mentoring work, I noticed in 3 to 6 months' time, my mentees would come to me and they would say, I'm enlightened. I'm actually afraid to say this, but I'd gained time in my day, time to be creative, time to strategize. I feel good about leaving my team and disconnecting and going on a holiday. So it is true transformation to love the self, to fuel the self, to be stronger. It's like when you get on an airplane and they say, make sure you put your mask on first, because if we're going to help other people, guide other people, lead other people, we need to be strong first. Since 2004, I've had Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now by my nightstand, my all-time favorite book. Very spiritual, very philosophical, very much about trying to be in the moment, in the now, all the time. And then I became exposed to Amy Cuddy's Presence, and she talks a lot about body language. She's fantastic. Second favorite book. But what was great about Amy Cuddy's Presence is that she kind of takes more of the psychological approach to humans have to choose when to be most present, because we cannot be conscious all the time. We would be exhausted before we even made it through the day. So what's most important is to choose when to be most present. And I talk about this in the book that I co-authored in my chapter, Little But Fierce, chapter 3, in The World's Thought Leaders. I talk a lot about how we mirror plants, and some are slow to grow and require less, and they have arid roots, and others are overabundant. And those are times when we need to just embrace abundance. And I talk about presence and some of my habits in the book as well. For enterprises, it is the hidden cost, and calm impact is the hidden opportunity. Because one of the most overlooked drivers for performance for both individuals and organizations is energy. It is not time. Chaos, unspoken tension, misalignment, and lack of clarity quietly drain time and emotional capacity. People feel busy but depleted. Organizations invest more and more, but the reality is they experience diminishing results. And Calm Impact addresses this at the source, at the roots. And by helping individuals early on identify chaos and acknowledge its impact and practice honest reflection, energy is preserved rather than lost. There's clearer thinking, better communication, faster decisions, and more intentional use of time. And why does this matter? Everyone wants more time. Organizations, they want to reduce friction and they want to operate more efficiency. True lasting transformation doesn't begin with systems or strategies. It begins with us. I want to change a slice of the world, and I welcome you on this journey because we cannot do it alone. Thank you.